Live.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Uh-oh, it says unlisted on my screen.
It's. I see it. I'm in it right now. All right.
Oh yeah, I got 6 viewers.
Yep.
Neat. I guess that's just something that my screen will do from now on.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good. Live.
Water.
There we go.
Donald K. First. 07. Hello, everyone.
All right. Wonderful. So, we last left off. You weren't able to paint them.
Yes, yeah. Day 2, take 2. There is I gloss coated them this morning, and then around 4 o'clock, I gave them a spray of matte polyurethane matte, the good stuff. I didn't give Green Stuff World another try, and we'll see. Mr. Hotman Canada 2, sup guys? Mad for Sax. Today I am painting needs update. Lucky Bat, ooh, PJ McMurray, evening folks.
Oh, I see. I get it. Today I am painting needs an update.
Ah, it does.
NEPHILIM.
All right.
Schmephilim.
Oh god, why are there 100 Space Marine image sources?
100 Space Marine?
Or Games Workshop new release sources.
Oh. That is weird. Kinda doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm. And...
oh, boy.
Text.
It's actually my Betty Bye time, and I'm staying up being naughty.
Boo, answers. Doo-doo. 62. Or no, 64. That's the size I want. Painting.
I think it's actually 69.
Boom. Perfect. Zach Agnew just got myself my first good set of brushes, fellow hobbyists. I now feel powerful. Nice.
Whoa.
Being powerful, let's get a base coat going. So I'm going to paint these guys with oils. But step 1 of oils is to put down an acrylic foundation. And I think the reason that you do that is because oils don't have great coverage. And so you'd have to paint with oils and then let them dry for a day and then varnish them and then paint on a color. Or I can do acrylics which just dry basically instantly. It's a good blue. It's not bad. Maybe this color and a little pink. 07, these models look nice. Have you gotten to play them in Malifaux yet? Not these ones. I've played 1 game of Malifaux with my team of Malifaux Arcanist Performers Showgirls. And Colette Dubois. Actually, I don't think I played Colette Dubois. I think I played the henchman. I forget her name. James Cameron Clark. It's my birthday. Oh, that means that your meal is free. Oh wait,
yeah.
we're not Denny's. So, I always forget that.
Yep. That's from a different time when we were Denny's.
Mm-hmm.
When we owned a Denny's chain. Just the 2 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Doom. Howdy, Janik. How's your horrendous night? It is so horrendous. Jeez Louise. I can't even get into how horrendous it is.
Yeah, I was just about to use Army Painter. Army Painter pink, bad. I'm gonna go with a different pink. Ooh, you know what? I remember where it is. It fell on the floor. I'm gonna use my Pro Acryl Tan Flesh. Because I feel like this color has a little bit of gray in it. Walter Bond started my very first Age of Sigmar army, went with the Skinks. I love the Seraphon. Almost dropped the most amount of money I've ever dropped in the hobby. There's somebody selling a Skink army for $400. Yeah, in one go. And I bought it, or I sent him a message and I'm like, I'll buy it. And he's like, sorry, somebody got to it first.
Yep. It was a deal.
It was?
I mean, the real deal would be not buying any of the stuff at all. But
yeah, and then just like investing or something.
Yeah. But you know what? That's okay.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Maybe just a little more.
Where is it? Harry McGill, Eons of Denny's, the newest sitcom on NBC.
Coming to NBC.
Yeah.
I need my magic mix.
I'm the Kramer. That's what I'll do. Gamify to pick up a box of Orc Commandos. That's a good idea.
I like Orc
I think
Commandos.
everybody should pick up a box of Orc Commandos. Not biased.
That was probably a little much magic mix.
Oh, Evan, I desperately want new Seraphon releases. I love the general aesthetic, but they have some old, ugly models. Yep.
Yeah, the Saurus Warriors and the Riders definitely could use a little love.
Right.
Let's see. Oh yeah, it's perfect. 10 out of 10. Thank goodness I worked so hard to salvage the Zenithal.
Exactly.
You know what? Now that it's on the mini, I think I could use a little more blue. Star, first time watching. Psyched to finally catch a stream. Usually working evening, so I can't catch them live. I want to paint the Orc Commandos aqua and their armor orange. Orange armor. Orange armor is good. Aqua skin is good. What color is aqua? Is it blue? It sounds blue because it's water.
Stephen Whitham. Back in the day, we called the Seraphon Lizardman, and we liked it. Uphill both ways.
Is that one of those things though, where they were always they were like the Lizardmen is like the overarching name, but then like when you get the Codex, they're called the Seraphon, because like the Space Marines are the Space Marines, but they're actually the Adeptus Astartes.
Were they always the Adeptus Astartes?
I think so.
Like even in the older books, it said it in there.
Yeah, like way back Rogue Trader.
I mean, I guess that's And
I think almost all armies were like that. The only ones that really got changed was like the elves and the Tau got a hyphen.
Yeah.
Because they're icky. Penguin 666, would that make J Jerry? I mean, the letters are the same. No, I'm Elaine.
Yep. Sean is Jerry.
Sean's George.
Yeah. I just wanted to be nice. Lucky Bat is Jerry. Stephen Winham. Seraphon was made for Age of Sigmar. I played Warhammer Fantasy Battles.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, they are called the Lizardmen. I wonder, did the Lizardmen call themselves Lizardmen?
It's a good question.
We are the Lizardmen. Or did they call themselves like the... That's what lizards sound like?
Yeah,
I know
think you nailed
lizards.
it. Yeah.
Can lizards make noises? Lucky bat.
Lucky bat.
Can lizards make noises? I know frogs can make noises, but they're not lizards. Go EO8, painting some Gene Stealers.
Quit bragging.
Brandon Woods, good evening, J. Nick. Do you prefer acrylic or ink washes? I'm working on a Grimdark Ice theme for my Stormcast army and testing both. I usually use acrylic washes, like from companies, although I think acrylic washes are technically ink washes because they're transparent. I don't know that much about paints.
Yeah,
What makes an ink an
have,
ink and a paint a paint?
I have, I think you must have them too. Some Vallejo ink washes or something.
Ooh, I wonder if I have one right next to me.
I think I have a
Vallejo
red.
model wash for dark vehicles. Ultra dark washes and pin washes on most recessed areas. Acrylicos. For water-based acrylic.
I'd have to go digging. But, I have like a red ink. But I don't think it's a wash. I think it's an ink. But it's made by Vallejo in the dropper bottle. I would assume you probably have that one too.
I think I have a brown. I don't know if I have a red. Oh no, I do have a red. I might have thrown it away though.
Here, let me look real quick. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
I don't know if I've ever tried an ink wash. I've made washes with inks because to get that transparency. I've also made washes with acrylics.
All right. It just says gain ink and it's red. That's all it says. There's nothing. It's opaque. Opaque water-based acrylic. Well, there you go. They call it on the bottle an ink. Bah. I just want to put that out there too.
I used some epic basing bits on these guys to have them walking through a spooky forest.
Demonic, in fact. Super demonic.
Penguin 666. It's like the Decepticons. Did they call themselves Decepticons, or did the Transformers name them that?
Good question.
Yeah, we're the murder liars. Look at that. Some lizards make noises. Geckos are called geckos because of the type of gecko that says gecko. Oh, like a Pokemon.
Exactly. Brandon Woods. The ink washes can be cleaned off with mineral spirits since they're not water-based. That way you can keep the inks in the recesses.
But my inks are... I don't know what my inks are made out of. I got some Higgins Indigo. Here, Liquitex is going to tell me. Pigment. Contains benzisothiazoline. May produce allergic reactions.
I guess what is that?
I mean, I know it's water-based.
Maybe take a little drink of it?
I don't know what makes something an ink and what makes it a paint. Chevox, geckos can tell you all about how to buy car insurance.
Hell yeah.
The Wizard of Meth. If paint dries at the base of my paintbrush, are they destined to be thrown away or can they still be saved? I mean, does it still act like a brush? Because, like, I've definitely gotten paint back there, and the paintbrush still acts like a brush. If it's, like, really hard, like, you can tap it against the ground and it, like, makes a tap-tap noise. It's just a rock-hard thing. Yeah, it's probably dead. I mean, all brushes are destined to be thrown away.
Very true.
Megatron named his faction the Decepticons in the lore after one of the original 13 primes.
That sounds lame.
We're the liar cheats. That's what we are. Come join the liar cheats. We're a great bunch.
I think it's not real. Boom! It's just a pretty fun name.
Armory Joey, I made a mistake and painted my Warhammer Fantasy and 40k pewter models with enamel paints. I was wondering what I should strip them with when I want to repurpose them. You can probably use acetone if they're all metal. I feel like acetone will get through enamels. I feel like acetone will melt most things.
Right. Jason M., you can't trust the Decepticons.
I don't know. I feel like they sound like a good bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Good bunch of robot fellas.
Penguin666. Transformers isn't real. For now.
That
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
I can certainly imagine it being real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, any day now.
Mm-hmm.
Dancy Doom decided that I'm done for my model for this challenge, waiting for the AK Interactive Streak and Grime to set in before I wipe some of it away. Ericard, about time for Malifaux. Yeah, I like Malifaux. Malifaux's cool. I love the vibe. I love the art and aesthetic. The game is really fun. Just time.
I know.
Time stops all projects.
We'll do it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
LOL. It is hard. And so am I. But it's not stopping me. Mark the Frog. Jazz from Tabletop Time uses too much streak and grime.
Isn't he kind of famous for dousing everything in streak and grime? I mean, technically that's Grimdark. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't actually know what Grimdark is. I feel like Grimdark is messy, but I've also been told it's not messy. It's about, like, the emotion of the paint job.
Real Grimdark is the friends we made along the way.
I agree. Gamafield, this channel needs more wizards. I agree. I have painted one wizard. Not much for
Painted a wizard?
spellcasters. Yeah, for my
Oh.
Age of Sigmar army. Oh, and I painted an entire Eldar army for my cousin.
Oh yeah. Those don't count as wizards.
They're wizards.
Not
They
all
wear
of them.
they wear
you-
robes. They have funny hats, and they cast spells.
Did you paint
That's
warlocks?
all parts of wizard.
Did you paint the warlocks?
I think so.
Okay. Then
I
the
painted-
warlocks count, not the
painted-
normal
yeah.
guardians and stuff.
No, not the normal guardians, but yeah, warlocks. I think I painted 3 warlocks on bikes.
That is acceptable.
White paint. I bet I do, and I bet it's not near me. Got those
We
Certo.
had. Go ahead.
What'd be the paint that you legit swear by? All paint's about the same. It's all good. Or bad. Every paint range has winners and losers when it comes to colors. Vallejo, I think, is a pretty darn safe bet. Army Painter is a little tiny bit glossy. And sometimes a lot glossy. AK or a Pro Krill is very nice, but very watery. And I don't love all the colors. I could basically keep going for all paints. Ooh, I think the best paint out there by far has got to be I forget, they sell it in giant gallon tubs.
Apple barrel.
No, not apple barrel. Ah,
Schmapple barrel. Little tippity tap.
mm-hmm. Sherman Williams.
Ah, yep.
Oh, so what would you say are the essential colors that new painters should buy? I've been looking for what to recommend to new painters. I'm thinking white, black, brown, gray, and a black and a brown wash. Probably not a gray because you're already getting black and white. Brown wash is good. Yeah, think like all the normal colors, the rainbow colors. Black and white are important. A metallic would be nice to have. I like Games Workshop Lead Belcher. It's a very nice metallic. Vallejo makes some really nice metallics.
They do.
David Heron, paint versus ink is a matter of medium. Ah.
Gamified. For new painters, I would show them contrast paint.
Contrast is good. Like contrast. Washes are nice and easy.
Penguin 666. Lead Belcher versus Gunmetal Gray. Only one will survive. Who will it be?
What color is gunmetal gray? Is that a metallic? Or is
Sounds
gray?
like it. Sounds like both.
Oh no! There's been some sort of a reaction on this arm, but I think I can live with it.
So did you throw out that that white ink?
I should. I've used it occasionally as a top coat white through the airbrush. Because if it's the top coat, it doesn't matter if it's super fragile because it's just gonna get varnished.
Right. And does it airbrush really well?
Yeah, I mean it performs exactly like any ink would. But yeah, it's incredibly fragile. Hey Jay, I know you aren't big into D&D, but have you ever checked out the Frameworks models? My friendly local game store has a painting competition going on with those models, and they are absolute pain to build. I've seen the kobolds and the orcs, and I don't think either of them look particularly interesting to me. I've seen better orcs.
No.
I've seen better kobolds.
Yeah, they look really bad. I'm not afraid to say it. Yeah. Stephen Whitham. Gunmetal Gray was the Citadel Dark Silver / Leadbelcher years ago.
I've never used it, but I love Leadbelcher. There used to be a color called Chainmail Silver. That was a very nice color too. That no longer exists. Runefang Steel is kind of poopy by comparison. It's fine. It gets the job done, but I don't have to like it. I used it up and didn't get a new pot.
There you go.
Oh, look at the cute little puppy.
Absolutely adorable.
Prime One Collector. Hey Jay, do you play any of the Middle Earth for Lord of the Rings games from Games Workshop? No. I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I like the movies. I haven't read the books because they look long. I have a little tiny bit of interest in the little Lord of the Rings box game where the heroes are fighting the trolls in the dwarf land. Because it just looks kind of like a fun little tiny set. And I feel like it'd be a good, like, oh, this, 40K is nerdy. Let's do something, cool, like Lord of the Rings, but it's still a miniatures game.
Anyone that plays Lord of the Rings is a nerd. Just straight up the nerdiest nerd that you can nerd.
Nerdy, nerdy, nerd.
Yeah. Am I wrong? Exactly.
I think if you've ever cracked open the Silmarillion, you are a true nerd.
Jeez, I must be a jock. I don't even know what that is.
Mark the Frog. Grimdark is something only cleaned to the point of necessity, no more, no less. My house?
Yep.
Okay, I'm probably getting doing way too much work here. Okay, I'm gonna say. Oh wait, I got to base coat his teeth. I'm gonna say base coat done, ready for oils. Oh, I should also maybe paint everything. Okay, there's still
like
more
the
stuff.
base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I want to do the bases very painterly too.
I
don't just want to throw a brown wash.
Right.
Gamma Field, do you keep saying Gamma Field, but it's Gamma Fled? It is.
It's gonna be wrong.
Wait, why is the little L
It's
small? Latino hot. Painting an army for your cousin. You have to be a saint. Well, he paid me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah. There was a little exchange going on.
Yeah, an exchange of goods and services. Game of Field. Grimdark is Blanchitsu. Well, I would say I don't think so though, because the Blanchitsu is all about the Zorn palette, warm tones and a kind of a frenetic energy. I feel like Blanchitsu is a very specific thing, and I think Grimdark is a very specific thing. I just don't know what it is specifically. I've heard Grimdark described as you know it when you see it.
Well,
But I don't.
I would say, was it the one? I think it was the one that won in the vehicles category of Golden Demon, the Contemptor.
Oh
Dreadnought?
yeah, that better. That was a
That's
Leviathan. That has gotta be Grimdark.
Leviathan.
Dirty model. Goes and ever mess around with fluorescent or phosphorescent paints. I own some fluorescent paints, and I don't know how to use them because they're incredibly thin. Never tried any phosphorescent paints.
Nope.
Nathaniel Smith, I only use the Vallejo Air Metal Air Silver. The Vallejo Metal Air is a really nice range. It's too bad it's airbrush paint because it's a little watery. If they sold that in regular old droppers, that'd be the best. Seven, which paint do you think you've used the most? What had to buy the most of? Man, that's hard to say. I mean, probably Games Workshop. I don't use tons of Games Workshop paints anymore. I use lots of Vallejo. I use my Pro Acryls a lot because I needed browns, and so I just bought all the Pro Acryl browns. So whenever I paint with brown, I'm always using Pro Acryl. You know, brown comes up a lot. I'm putting Reaper paint on the palette right now. James Rhett, what is your opinion on the Squat Egg Exo Armor? I love it. I wish it was more eggy. I wouldn't have been upset if it was eggs. It was shaped exactly like an egg.
It was exactly shaped as an egg.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I have to look at it again. I didn't. I got a little look.
Little peek.
Ooh, man. Jeez. Looks like an M&M.
Like I like that they're getting silly with it. I wish that they got way sillier with it.
Yeah. But the weird thing about this is, what the hell is this going to be for 40K?
Well, I think that's for Necromunda.
I know, but if they're doing this for this, what are they doing for 40K?
Yeah, it is confusing. Because presumably the squats will also get some sort of a big guy.
Well, technically, the Necromunda is the squats.
Yeah, that's true.
And
The 40K is the Leagues of Voltan.
Voltan. Yeah. I like it. Voltan.
Cobalt Sun, what is the lore behind the team you're painting? I don't know. Is there any flavor text?
They look like they might be bad.
Yeah, I'm guessing that they're baddies. No. There's no flavor text. I do not know the lore. They're in Necromunda. I mean, presumably they're natural inhabitants, or not Necromunda, natural inhabitants of the world of Malifaux. Whereas a lot of the humans are people who were on Earth, and then they went through the rift into Malifaux. What team are they a part of? Oh, their faction is the Mask. And the Mask is Neverborn? Neverborn,
yes. Which
I think is means that, yeah, they are naturally from Malifaux. James Wright, gentlemen, I wish you all a fine turnip 28. And then potato. Mark Alferon, how's the Malifaux community these days? I don't know. It's probably a little sporadic, like most games. Some places probably have a big Malifaux scene. Some places probably don't.
Right.
Malifaux are cool guys, so we've talked to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a great game.
They do have a great game. Cards are fun.
Oh, I love the cards. You just, instead of no codex, no nothing, you just got six cards that go with all of your characters, and then you got a deck of cards instead of dice. Love the cards instead of dice. Use a 52 deck of cards.
Big old deck.
Big old deck of cards. Big
Martha
old
Frog.
standard deck of cards.
Martha Frog. Jay, did you enjoy Hellboy 1 or Hellboy 2 more?
1. Hellboy 2's good. It kind of falls apart towards the end.
Yeah.
I do not
I think
understand.
It's also one of those things where the movies are like the same length, but the second one feels way longer.
Yeah. I did not get it when they got into the X-Men's Superjet and then flew to Ireland to meet a monster who could revive. I did not know what was happening.
Yeah. And you haven't seen there's that other one? Like
No, I haven't seen the
newest
new one.
I haven't seen that one either. I would like to. We need to watch that one, and we need to watch Suicide Squad.
We do.
We've seen we saw Suicide Squad, but we haven't seen Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it's the same name.
Yeah.
Because that's how movies are now.
Yep. Because that first one was rough,
Yes.
like bad.
Yeah, it's a real stinker.
But the new one looks fun and
Yeah.
good.
Penguin 666. Grimdark is when the grim is dark.
Ooh. Okay, now I get it. I get it now.
Skull Render. Gamma Fuel. I'm getting an airbrush in the near future. What paint line is best to go with it? Just use your normal paints in the airbrush. I don't like airbrush paints. I think you just get less paint. And you still need to monkey with it to get it to run through the airbrush properly. Wargame Ramble. How would George Lucas say the Leagues of Voltan?
It's the Legs of Voltan. It's my favorite 40k army. It's the Legs of Voltan. Gungas.
They're gonna fight against the Gungas.
I'm gonna put the Gungas in there. Legs of Voltan.
Oh, George. Oh, George.
Joy Cuck. I've been interested in painting minis, but have no prior experience with minis or the lore. Would you recommend kits from Games Workshop or kits at all? I mean, if the Games Workshop models interest you, I would maybe get some Games Workshop models. Maybe a standard box 10 dudes. Maybe shop around. I mean, I'm painting minis from a company called Malifaux. There's also Infinity. Other ones.
Yeah, I mean, I would say you're probably going to have, in terms of being able to get the kits and in terms of being able to paint them or build them and paint them, the Games Workshop kits are pretty great.
Yeah.
They go together really well. Where the Malifaux ones, I guess it depends
True.
on what you get, but I had to glue fingies on.
Oh yeah, I don't know if Malifaux are a great starter.
Yeah, if you've never done anything before, they're pretty difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I mean, if you like the Malifaux stuff and you think it's really cool, you should just do it.
Good, I got 20 minutes. You know what? Maybe, because these models are going to be a learning process, maybe I'll just finish this guy. And then move on to the next one, and then finish it. Move on to the next one, finish it. And then by the last one, I'll be an expert.
Right.
It's probably smarter than just stumbling through all 8.
Yeah. I can't wait for part 80.
Yeah. Game of Fuel. What should I use for thinning the paint for the airbrush? Water.
Yeah, but I do think that's a good idea because it's also just fun watching you finish stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we get to watch you finish a bunch of stuff, like all
Yeah.
one after another. Jimmy Cole, you guys are super relaxing to watch. Good. I hope
Awesome.
that burp. I hope that burp added to that.
Yeah, me too.
Adds to your life. Gamified. Your knowledge is so simple yet so wise.
Water.
Link 11. I joined just to say goodnight and hear EOB read it. No. Link 11. Good night. Uh-oh.
Cheatscast, hello, looking for some advice. I'm going to be getting either a Chaos or Imperial Knight to be a big detailed paint job. I'm going to paint a marble effect on the armor plates. Which do you think is better? Armor or like... For marble, I would expect that would be more of like a loyalist thing than the renegade thing. But I guess marble could look really, really cool covered in grime and blood. Ooh, that actually could be really cool. Like big marble shoulder pads covered in blood.
Mm.
Need like a tan.
A Leagues of Voltan. Yep.
V5. Hey, Jay, a pallet just fell. There's a big mess. You know, I don't think I've ever dropped my pallet. It's one of the very few things I've never dropped. I've dropped things into the pallet.
I'm sure that's the type of pallet that VJ95 is talking about.
Of course. Yeah, definitely not a pallet for, holding, stock and products. I remember in The Office when Michael knocked over all of their shelves. It's the fun moment. I love The Office. It's too bad I can't watch it because it's on Netflix anymore. It took it from me.
Yeah. Mm. Is it on Netflix?
Not anymore.
Mm. What is it on?
Whoever owns it.
Yeah, one of the Peacock.
Probably.
And an emphasis on the cock.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah,
least...
I mean, you should just steal it all.
Yeah.
That's what you should do.
At least, it's too bad they didn't put on a real streaming service like Quibi.
Right. Oh, Quibi. You were here so quickly, you were gone even quicker.
You got a half season of Reno 911, and then they were out.
Yep. I'm the thing that I'm the happiest about though with that whole thing is that creators left with a bunch of money.
Yeah.
People got hired, made a bunch of money, and then got fired. Love it.
Keith's cast is dumb because the main problem deciding is because I like the Chaos Knight legs more. Yeah, like the animal legs are really cool.
They are.
I think the tall knights have legs like that. The forge roll knights. And they're also just extra long.
Hot damn.
But
Those some long legs.
Mm-hmm.
Mark the Frog, will Jay ever paint up Bellicor?
Probably not. It's a cool model. I really like it, but it doesn't interest me too much, and I don't have any plans to start a whatever army Bellicor goes into, Chaos Space Marines.
Lame.
Demons?
Everybody in the chat say lame.
I agree.
It's a really cool model.
Oh, 7. I really hate how every company needs their own streaming service. I miss when the good old days when Netflix had everything. Yeah, nobody knew streaming was gonna be big, and they're like, sure, I guess you can have our stuff, and give us money. And then as soon as they saw how the crazy amounts of money in it, they're like, nope. Everybody came and took their toys back.
Never mind.
Yeah, unfortunately, there'll probably never be a streaming service like Netflix, because or like what Netflix was.
Yeah, probably not.
Ooh, somebody should create a streaming service called TV and have everything. And you can flip through it and find like
And
what
there's
you're looking
channels.
for. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's channels.
And there'll be like
And all
channels
you
devoted to just certain topics.
Right. And all you need is an antenna,
Yeah.
and you get everything.
It'll be beamed directly into your house.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Developer, lame. Jason M, lame. Developer, lame. How about son? No, Nick. I will say boo. Damn, you got a boo.
I don't mind a boo. I like a boo. I wish when people didn't like my YouTube videos, they would just write boo in the comments.
How about a detailed description of why they don't like it? Board Game Ramble. The only reason Netflix had everything was because they leased studio movies from Stars in an end run around studios themselves. The studio said never again, and here we are. Yeah. And I mean, the other problem that they're having is that they don't have any really good originals anymore. They have a couple. Every once in a while they have some good stuff. But I felt like, you know, like 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. It was like the golden years of Netflix originals where like everything was good and there was always a good thing coming out.
I liked Sweet Home. That was a Netflix original. But like most people wouldn't. It's a very specific audience. People who kind of like horror stuff that's a little sillier and Korean.
Yeah.
Zog, one of Albania. Intellectual property is generally lame. Yeah.
And to show your support on that, buy our merch.
Yes.
Specifically, our futuristic space soldier t-shirt. Well done. Shill time.
Shilling time. Time for one more shilling. So order your t-shirts in mini.
Jason M, you know the streaming scene has gone crazy with Games Workshop having their own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who would have called that?
Yeah. I certainly would not. And they shouldn't.
Yes, yeah, and they shouldn't. Yeah, it was kind of a ballsy move to say, we're going to start a streaming service. Oh, and at the same time, we're going to start content. We've never done it before.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know, because we had this, we talked about this before. They've actually made little animations for a long time now.
Yeah.
Like, they had, like, the one that I always bring up is the Gloom Spike Gets animatic when they brought them out. And they did stuff like that before. So I wonder if back then they knew that they were going to do a streaming service.
I don't know. Yeah, it
Hard-
does. It
hard to
is a
know.
little wild. Like, yeah, because it must have been in the works for a long time.
Right. But yeah. And it's also weird. There's such a big difference from like the first episode of Hammer and Bolter and the latest episode.
Yeah.
It's completely different. And then the weird thing with Exodite just ending for some reason. And then Interrogator's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's very confusing and weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I like this before I put the brown on the base. Let's just take the brown off the base.
RT. Oh my god, why, Jay? Why did you sing that song? I got it stuck in my head.
Hopefully you get my version stuck in your head so that you'll buy a t-shirt.
Ah.
They're good shirts. And sweatshirts.
Mm.
Here we go. One cute little death puppy. Let me paint that tongue. I think the tongue is supposed to be... Yeah, tongue is supposed to be black.
Jarunge. I dug some clips of the guard fighting Tyranid episode of Hammer and Bolter. Is that what the series is like?
Yeah.
Yeah, generally. The first five or six episodes are rougher in terms
Yeah,
of
the animation is a little worse.
The stories are a little worse. But the rest have been really, really good. I don't know how many... Has there been 10 yet?
Probably closing in on 10.
Yeah. Interrogator seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it will be worth getting in like 2 years from now.
Yeah.
When you can just watch everything.
Yeah, and hopefully also like production will pick up so that you're not getting like maybe 10 minutes of something a week.
Right. Although some of those things should just be 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Maybe
but like,
not,
you
maybe
know,
not the
maybe
not the animated stuff, but Lore Masters should be 5.
Lore Master should be 5 minutes. But yeah, like I almost
my
feel like
God.
every week should have a battle report and every week should have an animation at least.
Right. And in our Warhammer Plus review, we talked about the battle reports being kind of boring, and they
Mhm.
are. But the Warcry one was so much fun.
Yeah.
That one was really fun. Like they were like getting into it,
Mhm.
but I don't know if that was because they like Warcry more or whatever, or if it was because the game was insane.
Yeah, it
'Cause
was
the
a wild
pretty
game.
Insane.
Yeah, this one guy took a real early lead, just destroying, but then it all kind of caught up in the end.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Mm-hmm. I thought Todd was hanging in there.
I don't think so.
Remember the lava stunt he pulled?
Yep. Didn't
Oh, I
matter.
love the lava stunt.
It's cool. I wish Kill Team had stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
where there was actually things going on. And I guess there is some terrain rules, but nothing as cool as that.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't turn on a lava flow and melt people.
Nope. Jason, I can't imagine it'll last another year. Unfortunately, the launch was so botched.
I bet it sticks around. It is
Oh, yeah.
exactly the same.
Was the launch all messed up?
No, I guess I mean everybody hates it because it doesn't have much stuff, and it'll probably continue to trickle in.
Yeah.
The launch, I mean everything worked. The stuff on there was on there.
I wonder if Jason means, because I think there was like for an hour everything was all messed up and didn't work.
Oh.
But I don't know. I think that's the launch isn't the problem. It's all the stuff that's not on there is the problem. And like they teased their show Exodite and then it's nothing.
Oh yeah. They also teased the Black Templar show a while ago.
Yeah, I bet
And
you.
then for some reason they stopped teasing it.
Bet you those two things are tied together.
It could be.
Exodite not happening, and it's also interesting that did they tease that there was going to be a prequel to the Death Angels, Dark Angels?
I mean,
Angels
that was kind of recent. That tease.
Yeah, right. But was it? I guarantee that they didn't have a tease. Like they didn't have that ready to go. I wonder if they just kind of pulled that out of their ass. Because why would you make a 3D animated show, then try to make another one that obviously wasn't finished, and then go back to the first one?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Derek Del Moral. Yes, more Malifaux. Rumors that Lilith is coming back. Corner case deck. Wait, is it my buddy, my new best friend, Deck? Bump ba da ba dump bump bump ba da ba dump bump. Is that YouTube channel? Corner case? I love corner case. Derek Del Moral, user. Tyler Ritter. What game are we talking about? Just joined Malifaux. It is a skirmish game. Oh, something. You both should play Warcry. We should.
I would love to.
You know what? Let's not do a YouTube channel. Let's just play all the games that we don't get to.
Yeah. That sounds like a great idea.
Mark the Frog, you should put some green stuff Scooby snacks on the base. Maybe. He is an evil puppy.
That is a good idea.
Deck, what is the lore of my guys? I have all of them right here. I have all of the Nephilim. RTRT, just a little advice for everybody in the chat. Don't be afraid of your butthole.
Exactly.
Van Stroud just started slapping paint on my local competition piece and realized my Night Haunt is wearing a yellow rain slicker. Really? What Night Haunt model is that? Mark the Frog just started painting Hot Wheels and Magic the Gathering cards. Ooh, I love when people paint like alternate stuff on like Magic cards and Pokemon cards. I just think it's fun. Putting McDonald's sauce tier list. Begins and ends with the sweet and sour. Don't care. Don't care for barbecue sauce on McDonald's food. I don't even know what if there's other ones. Animalacaris tips. Raise your hand if they would volunteer to have the Escher gang to step on them. I painted some models very similar to Escher not too long ago that you'll see soon.
Mm-hmm. On that note, a beautiful note that's really important.
Yeah.
And great. And I'm raising my hand. That's the end of the stream. We're going to go Betty Bye time. Maybe you think of some Escher models.
Yeah.
So, we had a video out on Monday. We have 3 more videos coming out. We have one on Wednesday, one on Friday, and a Patreon exclusive episode on Saturday. Little community critique action. Patreon members submit their models, and we look at them and yell at them for making their decisions that they made. A lot of fun. We also have our Patreon-only live stream after our normal live stream on Friday. where you can actually call in and chat with us with your voice on Discord. But anyways, on that note as well, we'll be back with another live stream tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central.
All right, everybody. Good night.